You know what they say. Something's got to give. Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see two teams, each riding a 3-game win streak, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Buffalo Bills. With that, let's get up to Buffalo. Standing by at New Era Field, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Well, to no one's surprise, Coach, it is a snowy afternoon in upstate New York as you get a peek at New Era Field in Orchard Park. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And this is a game where the defenses, they need to be on their toes because you got quarterbacks here, yes, that can throw the football, but they can also run it very well too.
Mobile quarterbacks. Remember, for the longest time, they used to tell the quarterbacks, stay in the pocket. We don't want you outside of it at all. Nowadays, that mobility, truly an asset, and people are game planning for it. As a scout told me recently, we are actually working with what the colleges are giving us nowadays.
Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down here as the penalty flags come in right away. And we may have a face mask here right at the start. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Four yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. To throw on 2nd and 6. Watson throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Jake Butt, the tight end, his intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Come on, fellas.
So here are the Bills now getting ready to go on offense for the first time. It's Josh Allen that'll be orchestrating the offense, a 6'5" quarterback from Wyoming.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well. Won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29. Now let's take a look here at the Bills offense.
In the NFL, we love to talk about bloodlines and how important they can be. And for Zay Jones, he's got a terrific one. His dad, Robert, longtime linebacker in the NFL, big time with the Dallas Cowboys. And his uncle, Jeff Blake, a starting quarterback in the NFL at one point. Wonder if he played catch with Uncle Jeff in the backyard a few times growing up.
That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop. A man down on the return. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
On 2nd and 11 now. Watson, and this one complete to Reed. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. That last catch winds up costing him 3, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd and 13. Now Watson going for Metcalf on the deep ball, and that will be incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. And his first carry, he loses the football.
Here comes the boom. I see you, boy. I see you.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even...
From the 29, Allen. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. 7 yards there and a 1st down. The numbers for Jones a week ago. 7 catches, 101 yards, and a score.
And he's trying to prove the adage, it's not just how you start, it's how you finish. And he is finishing awfully strong, takes great care of his body. I expect him to go ahead and put a capper on this season.
That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Now Pollard. So that one will get him halfway to the 1st down marker. 7 yards makes it 3rd and 7 now. Throwing is Allen on 3rd, and it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge, and it's going to bring up 4th down. 3rd down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Watson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
Come on now, let's go.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And to give this time to the tailback. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 12 carries, 72 yards, and a touchdown.
He's been a huge part of their winning streak because he establishes not just an identity and a tone, but the team relies on it. He takes care of the football, he gains yardage for him, chews up clock, and that's been a big part of why they're winning games lately.
He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Franklin. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage with a flag down here to boot. So they may back up further. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. On 2nd down now, Chaney. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, here's Watson. Throw left side complete. That's Franklin. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Let's go!
All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
Well, they gave the 60-yarder a try, didn't make it, and now they're in a tough position defensively. This offense has it in midfield. Now left side on the swing pass. I call it no gain there on the first down play. Oh, look at the starters defensively for the Dolphins. They were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Encroachment, defense.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
After the encroachment penalty, here's 2nd and 5.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Quick the edge.
Allen fakes the give and keeps himself. Allen hit. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So they obviously declined that, and it is a touchdown.
They still had the option, but let's face it.
There's no option.
There's no option when you score a touchdown. An easy call for them.
The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Allen. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Jerome Baker in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
From the 50, it's Watson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now a handoff here to his running back. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Good work, boys. Let's go.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
We got 4.
Allen going to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. The Bills on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. Allen now looks to throw. He's going to loft it deep right. And that's caught inside the 30. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. They give him a gain of 37. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And he'll find Hall. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. On 2nd down, Shipley. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Running game working, they'll stick with it on 1st down. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And there you go, nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
No problem there on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And it was finished off by the 14-yard touchdown run. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it has.
And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A great effort there. with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Badgley on for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Out comes Zay Jones with the rest of his offense as they take the field. You would have to think they're going to make it more of a priority to get him the football. You're losing here in the second quarter, and he's been really quiet.
I think all we have to do, and it's too bad we can't actually see the actual play sheet now from the coordinator, because he's looking down at that and saying, okay, do I put him in different spots? Do I try and isolate him? What routes do I run? You're exactly right. They've got to get the ball in his hands and get their offense kick-started.
He does have the 2 catches, but pretty quiet so far. 4 yards the pickup, first down. This thrown quickly out to Jones. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Play action. Now it's Allen. Open receiver. That's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's a pickup of 17 on that one, and a Bills first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
And the head coach reaches for the red flag, tosses it down on the field. He wants a challenge here.
Keep playing hard. 53 at the mic.
And the challenge pays dividends. The ref overturns the play.
Everyone gets a bonus on this one, Brandon. The coach upstairs who signaled down and said challenge it, and the head coach for pulling the red flag.
That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. Here's a quick throw out to Wilson. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be a second and long. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. From the gun, Allen. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right. Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. On first down, Chaney. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it.
Let's go. Let's do this.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
On 2nd down now, Chaney. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd, Watson. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
So he gets a shot at atoning for the earlier miss here in the first half and able to knock it through.
And what a relief for him, don't you think? Because how many games have we done where kickers missed one early and never gotten a chance to atone for it the rest of the game? That's a lot to carry around.
Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
From the 36, Allen. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 43. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. To throw, it's Allen. This short throw caught by Goddard. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. And again, it's Allen. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've had a very solid first half, and as we near the end of that first half, they're just looking for a little more on top of their lead right now.
And when you put together a game plan on offense, you put together what you think is going to be the best possible scenario, right? Hey, we're going to score. These are the plays that are going to do it. But you also put together your counters, meaning after they make adjustments to what you're doing, what do we have to go to next?
The adjustment to the adjustment?
Exactly. So I can't wait to see if we come out of the half, how they're going to go about doing things. Do you just keep running what you ran before, or do you go to your counters expecting those adjustments to happen?
Before that, we'll see the end here this first half. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Watson now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. And he's got it. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, surprise, surprise. 1st and goal at the 1. No quarterback sneak. No running play. They decided to throw for it, but the pressure got to him quickly.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Jake Butt, his first touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you as always. Welcome into our final regular season edition of our Halftime Report. Playoff lives hanging in the balance as we take you around the NFL one final time. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In the game you're watching, it's Deshaun Watson, who is the star of the first half. His guys have the lead as the white stuff continues to fall. And for the call of the second half, we give it back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back. Number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Allen. He completes it to Wilson. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. It's caught. Jones. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game. But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
We're into the 2nd half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Deshaun Watson making his way back out, the focus of our players' spotlight. He's had one of those games that any quarterback loves, not only being able to complete some passes, but some deep passes.
And it's pretty to watch. I mean, it's an absolute joy to see, but let's face it, we got to give a little bit of credit where it's deserved, right?
Well, the protection's been great, if that's where you're going.
Yeah, protection's been phenomenal, but how about how it's been spotlighted, right? Our producer, Christian McLeod, our director, Kyle Burt, the rest of the crew, what they put together with these images and pictures, if you're an offensive lineman, that's what you're taking with you to contract time.
They're going to have a lot to take to contract time if this continues.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the gun on 3rd down, Watson.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. This is taken at the 23. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. On 2nd down, Shipley. They follow up the 1st down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Here's Allen. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. From just shy of midfield, Allen incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Allen. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. This one angles out of bounds at a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line. Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one maybe his best yet.
Yeah, he certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
And no pitch there and no chance either as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And they're going to face a third down.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So a little extra on top of the big play there.
It's tough for guys rushing the passer, but you have to know when the ball is gone. And if you listen, officials will tell you ball's gone.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give that sack to Harrison Phillips, the big man. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
He'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22. Off of play action, it's Watson. Over the middle, complete. It's Franklin. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 23 yards on the play. Now a play fake here on 1st down. That's complete to Jake Butt. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. To throw is Watson, and he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a 1st down. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. He's got Jake Butt, his tight end. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
It's just me and you.
Watson looks to throw again. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down.
Boom! Sack, baby.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
After the sack on 1st down, Watson, and he finds the tight end, Reed. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A nice job to get 11 out of that pass play, but now they face a 3rd and goal. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Dolphin got going a little early. Not what you wanted there, 3rd and 2.
And this is something you've worked on in practice from the time you were in training camp, yet you still create your own mistakes.
Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Allen now throwing again. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Allen from the gun on third down. He's going to go for a big play downfield, and he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's fourth down. The Bills send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Fielded at the 20. Officially, that'll be a 63-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Dolphin football.
Let's go, let's go.
They'll run on first down. Chaney. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Offense.
So that one will be accepted.
Let's go.
1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Get that quarterback.
They go play action here on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hart. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Well, clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit him over the top.
And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. They'll keep it on the ground. Chaney, and he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Throwing now is Allen. And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. So a failure there to get rid of the football. I don't know in the end that it's going to matter much here with this game, but it yields another 2 points.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. It may not matter a ton with the deficit that's already there, but like my old coach used to say, it sure ain't going to help.
It doesn't help indeed. So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. And an alley to run.
Here we go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Let's get it together,
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. I'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Or the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground. Whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
Key to tight end.
Back to the air on second down. It's Allen. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up a third down. On third down, Shipley. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. On first down, Chaney. And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. And he'll give it here to his running back. And there on the tackle, Shaq Lawson. They'll keep it on the ground. Lee. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. On third down, Chaney. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Well, we got beefeaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu, I'll tell you that much for free. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
To the air, Allen. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end over the middle. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Allen, and he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Allen now on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Zay Jones was the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down. Allen will try again on 2nd down. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Roughing the passer, defense.
The hit comes late. We saw it. There's your flag.
And we know that there's a guideline, right? Ball's gone. You get one step. If you're within one step of the quarterback, you can hit him as long as it's still done legally. But anything outside of that, looks like an extra step was involved.
Give him 7 on the play, and it'll be a second down. Throwing again on second down. Allen, and he whips that one incomplete there. Hayden Hurst, former first-round pick, the intended target, and it's 3rd and short. Allen going to try and throw on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. They pass up the 3, fake it, it doesn't work. And the Dolphins defense is able to hold. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. On second down now, Chaney. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee?
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Check 59. Mike, 9
Throwing now, Watson.
Pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ed Oliver, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On second down, Chaney. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Third and long, it's Watson. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down, threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary, incomplete pass. When are these quarterbacks going to learn? You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
We play to win. Let's go.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Miami, the win is their 8th on the year. And by just about all accounts, not the type of year they were hoping to have. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, the loss here is their 10th of the season. And it will be a disappointing finish to the regular season, no doubt. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.